Meet the boys of Big Bang.
Big Bang.
They're Asia's, maybe even the world's biggest boy band. You may not have heard of them, but their songs dominate charts.
Wow, fantastic, baby.
The 5 members of this Korean pop group, G-Dragon, Taeyang, Top, Taesung and Sungri, may look young, but this year marks their 10th anniversary, a milestone that celebrates their journeys from boys to men, rookies to superstars. This month on Talk Asia, we catch up with the 5 members in Seoul in a rare interview that celebrates their decade together and what could be the final act of Big Bang. Big Bang, welcome. Thank you for doing this. Now, you are one of the biggest bands in the world at the moment. You are playing to massive stadiums.
Thank you for saying that.
Of course, I have to say it is true. Last year, you made more money than Maroon 5, the highest paid all-male group in America. You're bigger than all of the bands in South Korea. What makes you different?
We all have different characteristics. When all 5 of us are together, I think people like that vivid energy that comes out on stage.
I think we can't help but to be different from the other groups, because it's us 5.
But what happens when you walk out on the stage and you hear the screams? You hear the men, the women, the boys, the girls screaming your name. How does that feel?
When you first get on stage and the LEDs turn on, you really can't see anything at that moment because of the light. Not long ago, we had a performance at Nagai Stadium in Japan, which held about 60,000 seats. It was the first time we played in the afternoon, so we were able to clearly see each and every audience member in the stands. It's hard to put that in words, the feeling of something boiling up inside of you.
You have literally grown from boys to men together. How do you manage to do that and still make it look fun?
Well, of course there have been hard times in between, but the more time we spend together, the more time we make each other laugh, the more we have fun together. And over time, that level of closeness becomes more and more, and we are the happiest when the 5 of us are together.
They're fellow band members, but they're also brothers. They're family. Because we spend so much time together, we have that kind of feeling of intimacy and a bond that's very different from other boy bands.
So you released 8 singles last year. Bang 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 is one of your most popular.
Bang, bang, bang.
And the South Korean government actually used it to blast across the DMZ as part of their propaganda broadcasts. How does that make you feel? I mean, your music was being used effectively as a weapon.
Probably because the timing when our single came out worked with the situation back then. We really don't put much meaning behind it, because our music, especially for Bang Bang Bang, is loud and powerful. I think that's why the government chose to use that track in that way. We appreciate it.
Did they ask your permission?
Nah.
No, you didn't know?
Check it, yeah.
North Koreans were listening to your music.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know it.
Is that weird? So we've looked at 10 years then. So looking forward, what is next? There is, as you know, a burning question in every fan's mind. How long will Big Bang last? And of course, you have the mandatory military service here in South Korea. You have to join up before you're 30. I mean, time's running out.
Every time the 5 of us gather, we're always thinking about how we're going to live our next 10 years. Because this is how we've spent the last 10. Of course, there are tasks and responsibilities lying ahead of us, but it's things we naturally have to do, because we want to make the next 10 years even better. I think that's why many people worry even more, fans or the public. They worry a lot about what will happen to Big Bang. But for us, rather than worried, we're really happy, and we've always been this way. As we're looking forward to the next 10 years with an optimistic mindset.
Where would you like to be 10 years from now?
Whatever happens, I think we're going to continue to do things that we want and like doing. For the past 10 years, we've been able to influence a lot of people by our music and being on stage. And of course, we will continue to do things like that. In the next 10 years, we need to start to look at Big Bang in a bigger picture and not just limit ourselves to making music and being on stage. We need to be leaders in this genre and culture and become a group that can really be a good influence to many people. That's who we need to be, and that's our next step.
Finally, the legacy. What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want your music, your act, your look to be remembered for?
That's something that I'll talk about with most of the members. It's funny for us to be saying this, but many people say we have set so many records that many Korean singers have not been able to previously achieve, but we never got there by thinking about breaking those records. So even if we continue doing what we like doing, after 10 years, we'll leave a lot of good things behind us for the next generation, or for the fans that are dreaming about becoming us and becoming singers or artists.
Can I take a selfie with you guys? Okay.